Hello and welcome to MAFT UK, and yes, this is a fishing video with a bit of a difference. Where are we? We're at Tarn in the Lake District. The height we're at the moment is, well, I'll put that here. We've walked away up. It's a hell of a steep climb to get up here, but you guys are due a fishing video. This is a fishing video. We're after pike and perch. There is trout in here, but I definitely know there's pike in here, and I also know there's perch in here too. So, and it's a free place to fish. You can fish trout in here as well, but this out of season for those, so you can't fish for trout. So we're not doing that, but we are after the other species instead. So it's free to fish. You're allowed to fish, and if you look at the map, which I will show you now, there clearly is fish. It is renowned for a fishing spot, but like I say, you don't get many people here because purely and simply it is very, very difficult to get to. And it's end of November and I'm in my t-shirt because I'm sweating to get up here. But I'll soon start to cool down, so I'll get some warm gear on, get my little rod out. Now everything's in my pack. I've got a collapsible rod, I've got some spinners, I've got a bit of sweet corn, a bit of this and a bit of that to see if I can tempt something in. So there you go, that's the plan. Andy's with me. Yeah, Andy's not fishing though, he's just coming up for a picnic.
Yeah, I pushed a barrow.
You pushed the barrow up? Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to get down because that was quite steep coming up, wasn't it? We're going to end up...
Another MAFT masterclass.
Yeah, another a well-chosen route by me. Oh dear, there you go. I've not actually been here before, to be honest with you. This is the first time here, so that was an interesting climb up. Met some swimmers on the way up too. You'll see those now. Yeah, it was an interesting walk up. About 6k to get here. I think about 6k to get here. So, I think we're at about 500 meters. I think somewhere around about then, but we'll see. So this is my gear. I've had this little fishing rod and this little tackle box. It's all over the place at the moment. I've had this for about 30 years, maybe even longer. I bought this when I was a kid from Argos many years ago, and I just still have it.
You bought it when you were a kid.
Yeah, many years ago. Yeah, I don't know how old I was when I got this, but it's definitely older than my kids. That's for sure. So, there we are. Some spinners, some hook links and some wire traces, some shot and some pre-tied hooks. So not a lot in there, but you don't need a lot here anyhow. So we'll get that up and running now. Okay, well, I guess we just have a few practice casts before we get going. We have a bit of a mess about. We have a look. The size of the spinner, probably a little bit too big, but you want to get out into the distance. And really what I'm trying to do is try to pull something in. I'm hoping something's going to follow the lure in or the spinner in. So I'm doing it nice and slow. I'm keeping the eye on the spinner to make sure, well, just to see if something's following it in. Maybe a little pike, jack pike coming in behind it. Just curious as to what it is. And if I can do that, or I can attract some fish into the area, so later on I put a bit of sweet corn out just to the reeds that you see in between the reeds and the rock. I think that's a good place to put a bit of sweet corn, a bit of ground bait in there, just to see if I can pull something in. I don't know anything about this lake. I've only read a few bits and pieces which are quite historic literature, so I don't know a lot about it. So I'm just trying a few different things. I'm having a look at what I can do. I haven't got a lot of high hopes. I'm just having a bit of fun. And we've come all this way, and it's a fair old trek up here. And I guess, for those of you who want to see, let's go back from the start. Let's have a look at the route up before we get on with some fishing. So this is how we got here. Well, I've already done the introduction, so you already know where I am, or where we are. So, Yeah, so we're having a bit of a amble up. It's a bit of a foggy day. Ambleside. I have actually been here before. Yeah, when a couple of years ago when I used to come, well, I still do go deer stalking, but I haven't been. Yeah, so regularly. I actually shot a deer just over there for the National Trust, of course. And I remember the farmer, that one over there, he came over with his quad and dragged it out for us. So there was a deer wallow just over there. So there we are. But I haven't been here since, so I could never remember exactly where it was. And now I know where it is. It's here. Walk away from the walk up to shot, and everybody knows you've got to go back for your camera. Well, there you go. That's twice we've been out in the winter, and twice we've seen people swimming. Although we are actually going to fish this lake a little bit later on today, we couldn't quite obviously do it with those lasses swimming away like that, so it wasn't a question of not bothering. We just carried on, moved on up the hill, bypassed this lake or tarn, and just kept going up and up and up. Visibility was coming and going. You've got to be on top of it. Your navigational skills, at least when you're walking in these conditions, you need to make sure that you're on the right path and that you're heading in the right direction. And it's all too easy to take the wrong path. And we actually did that on the way down, but it was only for a short distance. But you know, I'm making my point. Well, this is actually a fishing video, as you know, but we've got to get there. We've passed our first tarn. We've got to go up to the second one, which is a bit higher. There's a little bit of climb to do yet. But so I'm doing the video before we start the final ascent up to the tarn because it's quite a steep one and I won't be able to talk in a minute. So just before we do the final ascent up to the tarn itself, we did a quick water stop, had something to eat just before we attempted it. It is rather steep, slippery, and I didn't film any of it because I was too busy trying to breathe just to get up it. So so here we are, just having a bit of a rest before we attempt it and something to eat. That's all this is. A quick water stop. The scenery is quite amazing, and this little area that we're in now with the cloud coming in and out, it's got its own uniqueness about it. It was nice to see. It's worth the effort all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just worth that walk, that climb, just to come and see places like this. I know lots of people come here, but I know it's cloudy, but it has its own, because it's cloudy, because of the way it is, it looks tremendous, doesn't it? Yeah. Lone sheep on top of the hill there.
Yeah.
You know, it does, it looks amazing. There's a lot worse places to be today, Andy. And how mild is it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's really nice, isn't it? When I'm stood here in my t-shirt, I'm not dithering, I'm not shivering. And I know very well I'm going to be... Yeah, we've got to go up there in a minute, but...
I'm overdressed, put it that way.
You have to remember your daylight appreciation for this time of the year. Now it is only 6k to where we are currently stood, but we've got to get back, and you do not want to be on those hills in the cloud in the dark, because a combined darkness, cloud, mist, unable to see anything with a head torch can be very, very disastrous. So we gave ourselves about an hour on this lake before we had to bug out. Now that's not a lot of time, but if it was the summer and we were wild camping, we would have been here a lot longer, and we would have just put the bivvies up, put the tents up, You know, had some dinner, had the rest of the day fishing it. We'd have gone round to the other side, spent a bit more time. But we had an hour at this particular lake, and we only got an hour booked in on the one down the bottom as well. So we've got to bear that in mind. It's not a token gesture. It is a genuine attempt to fish these lakes, but with an hour each, you know, you're not gonna. I don't expect much. But then suddenly, was that a bite? No, it was the bottom. I thought you had a bite. Yeah. No, I pulled a bit of weed up. Yeah,
You need to be a
weed.
bit
I
faster
actually
on the
thought I
spin,
got
I
a bit of a
think.
knock then, so it was quite exciting. I genuinely thought I had something, but what had happened, I wasn't reeling in fast enough, and my spinner had sunk and actually caught on a stone and some weeds, and I pulled that instead, and I thought it was a knock. But there you go. We'll keep on trying. We'll keep a few different directions. We'll try some different directions in a bit, and then I think Andy has a. Well, I know Andy has a go as well. How many wraps? Come on.
Fog's coming in, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We know where we are.
As we said, the fog was coming and going, but this is a classic example. One minute you can see crystal clear, and then all of a sudden it comes in over the tops and starts rolling in on you. And within just a few minutes, we've gone from being able to see to seeing about 20 to 30 meters. And here you go, look, we're just about to lose visibility. You have no idea, can't see anything, gone. Visibility's gone down to about 20 meters. The good news is that there's only out of it, you just turn left and follow that path, so it's quite a prominent path. But now I'm casting into cloud. I can't see where can't even see where it's going. I don't think they like this lure. Probably scaring them away. But the first battery's just about to go. Well, you wanted a fishing video, so here it is. It would be nice just to have a nice little fishy though. That would be fun. But if the visibility drops any more, I won't even know which direction the lake is. Andy's first couple of casts went quite well, and then also you're getting knocked. But no, I think what was actually happening was Andy was doing exactly the same as me, and we was catching on the bottom. He needed to learn how to use that spinner just like I did. So, yeah, false knocks, I'm afraid. Well, we both had a good crack of the whip and turned up a blank, but there you go, no real surprises. We had a good go at it. Now, time to get the kit packed, let's get down to the other tarn. We've had our time up here now. We are governed by the daylight. It is the end of November, so let's get our gear on. Let's get back down to the other tarn, and it is quite slippy and it is quite steep, so we need to be careful and allow ourselves enough time so we're not rushing. So, quick drink of water. Let's get this stuff away. Let's get going. The only saving grace about this downhill is the fact that we're not really knackered from a full day's walking, are we?
No.
But I think that's when it hurts more. Right, well, it's time to put the camera away now and get a pair of gloves on, because this is coming up to hand over hand here. We didn't like coming up it. It's not going to be much fun going down, but there isn't really many alternatives. This is it really. One way up, one way down. Are you comfy?
Oh yeah.
You know, sometimes when you come to places like this, you have to accept the fact that you're going to have to rough it a bit. Well, most people do. Not everybody roughs it. Do they?
Oh.
Are you comfy, mate?
Oh, yeah.
That chair's
Yes.
awesome, isn't it?
Beautiful. You got a bite.
We've come down to the second tarn now. Andy's chilling out quite nice.
Yeah.
Being rather cash. I've baited up. Again, there's nothing on the surface, no movement, no nothing. Perhaps this is the wrong time of year. Hey, who knows? But we'll have a few casts out. This time I'm using a lure for the pike, little baby pike. I'm going to give that one a try. Let's just see. And again, it's crushed barbs on this. I don't like on trebles, I don't like barbs on trebles. So just to be clear what I said then, I said that all my barbs are crushed on these trebles. I never fish treble hooks with barbs on, I don't like it. They're bad enough as it is. So I like to flatten them, crush them, so that they come out of the fish nice and easy when you do get them. And when you get them in your net, you don't get tangled on your net and you can't get them out. That's even worse, I think. So, well, we continued to fish and tried a few different tactics, a different couple of lures, and you know, this little pikey this little pike lure that I've got on right now, the tail waggles on it as you bring it in. It's a fantastic lure and it's caught me plenty of fish in the past, but unfortunately this time nothing was following it in. We baited up the area as you seen earlier. We also threw loads of bread in there. Why would we do that? We're not expecting carp to come up to the surface. No, we're not. But because it's such a popular area, lots of people will probably throw food in the water, and the fish will be probably more used to it here than anywhere. So why not put a bit of bread in? And all we was hoping for was just that surface of the bread, just to be touched, nibbled, nudged by a little fish, and then you know fish are in that area. But unfortunately, nothing. Didn't see anything, no movement whatsoever. It was dead calm. But that's fishing for you, isn't it? Well, my time was over. Gonna give Andy a go now, see if Andy can do any better than me. Here he is. Andy's actually casting over to a water inlet. There's a small inlet over there. So Andy's theory is that obviously that's where food will come in, being washed into the lake. So maybe you've got something there waiting for stuff to come in. So he's having a play over there. And why not? Well, we'll keep trying a little longer. Let's see how we go. But it is getting busy. It's actually very busy here. I can see currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can see 9 people here right now. It's a very busy place. But it's relatively easy to get to, this bit, so I'm not surprised really. It's a nice place. I can imagine I mean, if it's busy now, I can imagine in summer this place must be mobbed. But not a lot of fish, despite our best efforts. We've been here for some time now. Again, it's starting to clear up. We can start to see a bit further than 20 feet. And yeah, not a lot doing. So we're going to knock it on the head. We've had no joy with the fishing. Again, not surprised, but I did say I was going to come out fishing soon. I've fished in 2 really rare places. Not everybody gets to fish places like this. And yeah, we didn't catch anything, but it's not the end of the world. We still had a good walk as well. So if you was expecting a complete fishing video, well, sorry about that, but I've got to make do. I've got to get things in when I can at the moment. So I've got 1 day off this week, then today I'm walking and fishing. So there you are. Well, we'll have a little bit of a walk back now, and we'll take the camera with us, and we'll have a look at the views on the way back. The cloud is coming in and out, as you can see behind me. It clears and then it comes in again. So until we turn the camera on again, see you in a bit. So on the way back, we decided to take a alternative route. Not much further, but a little bit further. It just makes for a bit more interesting walk as opposed to just going back over your same tracks, which was it's always a good way to do a walk. So yeah, let's take a little alternative way home. And
yeah, it's a big pebble, that.
It became a bit interesting.
Ooh, look at that one split with a tree in it.
Oh, you can't read the writing, can you?
No. Yeah, I'm not going that way.
I'm not coming back to the other.
I'll go this way.
Now then, something's not quite right with this way, is it? Where's the path gone? Where's the well-worn path, stepping stones and everything else?
This doesn't look like a well-trodden path.
Something doesn't feel right to me. So we push on just a little further.
I'm not sure.
And now I'm thinking, no, this isn't right.
Ooh.
Steady on.
Yeah.
Wet feet, aren't you?
Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to get the map out.
I reckon we've got to go that way.
Not necessarily. Let's get this map out. So there we are. That was a classic. Did a wrong turn. Wasn't 100% happy with the path. Wasn't 100% happy with the route. So we stopped. Got the map out. Checked the bearing. Took a grid bearing. And realised, yeah, we were going the wrong way. If in doubt, check. Check every time. 100 metres the wrong direction, that's all. Better than a K. There's a bit of a big boy in it. there.
Yeah.
Well, we're off the fells now. Just getting back into civilization. We're still currently on the path. That's just about to stop. Gonna get onto the metal road and do the last K. Easy on the foot now, and then we're just going to look at some people's really nice houses. It's not very often you walk through Grasmere and hardly see anybody at all, apart from a wooden horse. Nay, lad, nay. Deadly. Like a ghost town. This town.
Music.
Yeah, cue music.
This storm is coming.
Goodbye! Back in time just as it starts to rain on us. Just within, what, 20 minutes before it starts to lose the light. Oh, we're steaming up, yeah.
Once we got it right.
So yeah, it was a good walk that, wasn't it?
Yeah, nice.
Good walk, bit of fishing. Yeah, can't beat that. I know it's probably more of a walking video than a fishing video, but a fishing video nonetheless. Technically it was fishing. So there you go. So
Fished it.
So for all those who wanted a fishing video, there you go, you've had one. See you later.